Power versus powerlessness. Where does the desire to control everything come from? Do you know the feeling of power and powerlessness? Are there areas in which you want to turn on the controller? What to do if the desire to control is out of control? And why the desire to control some people take destructive forms? Let's get to the bottom of it. People who are too much into control try to control everything. They forget that there are things they cannot influence. There are limitations, some of which can be overcome and some of which cannot. Talking about limitations is unpleasant. But that is the reality in which we live. To ignore limitations is to ignore reality. The main reason why the desire to control everyone and everything develops is anxiety. There are many useful things about anxiety. It is anxiety that prompts us to take care of the future, to anticipate different scenarios, to ask for help, to organize our own safety. This is what it means to take control of a situation. But when anxiety is too strong, a person may try to control even that which is beyond his control. An anxious person has such thoughts: if I stop controlling everything, everything will fall apart, it will be a disaster. If you want to do well, then do it yourself, always prepare for the worst, everything must be perfect, otherwise it is better not to take on the job at all. Often such people are painful to mistakes and blunders. They are very worried if, despite their best efforts, the situation gets out of control. Here they are confronted with their own powerlessness and helplessness. These are the feelings that are the hardest for an adult to experience. It hurts when things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. But there is a catch: the idea that everything is under your control is an illusion of your own omnipotence. And then the powerlessness that a person feels in case of a control failure is not powerlessness at all, but simply unweightlessness. In such a case, the person begins to think that he is helpless. But he is only facing the very limitations that he was careful not to notice. So what should you do if you notice in yourself a person prone to hypercontrol? First, you need to discover your anxiety. Try to explore it as a character in a book: what it looks like, when it comes and goes, what it wants, what ways it uses to get there. Second, notice the constructive side of your anxiety and control. What problems did they help you solve? Third, look at the destructive side of anxiety and control. What inconveniences do they cause you? In what ways do they limit you? All this is most effectively done in psychotherapy, where a psychologist will guide you and help you to see what was not obvious for a long time. And remember the main thing: by controlling everything, we limit life in all its manifestations. Yes, bad things can happen. But a miracle can also happen. By taking total responsibility for our lives, we don't give life a chance for a miracle. We limit the likelihood of pleasant coincidences and good fortune. Yes, letting go of control is a risk. But sometimes it's worth it, isn't it?